Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is, what is this? Is that gonna cut y'all off? Nope. The 11th of March? Yes. The 11th of March, I have to make my note drop. Where am I? Y'all could see the sloppy things I make on my notes. It's 11th of March, 2022. This is Flosstube 115. I am, the stomach bug passed here. Passed on to some other family members. Now I'm just all hopped up on allergy meds. So there you go. I'm taking allergy meds, all kind of allergy meds, because tree pollen is up and holy moly. So it is what it is. We're just gonna try to get on down the road. If y'all can see the mess I have here, oh my gosh, but I tried to get my life right and I'm sure I didn't. I'm sure I forgot about 10 things, but oh well. Y'all, I have made such the mess here. But I had Aria a couple of times this week, and they came up. The girls came over in the afternoon, and I'd missed them. And you know, they spent the night Friday night, and then went to the birthday party on Saturday, and they were all the most cute little princesses you had ever seen in your life. They were adorable. There was just, every one of them had on their little princess dress, and then Anna and Elsa came and sang with them and did some crafts with them, and they were just precious. And it's a company around here locally that trains the kids and sends them out, and they are just so good with the girls and stuff. They've been to several parties that they've been at, and they've had a good time every time. So that was nice. It's nice to see friends. You know, after COVID, we haven't been seeing anybody hardly. So it was fabulous to get back out. Now, I will admit that after that, I was pretty much wiped out. So Sunday was just kind of a sat there like a zombie day. But it's okay. This week, we've been getting out and about. It's really getting nasty here again today. It's been beautiful this week, and then it's getting nasty here again. We're having rain, and it's supposed to turn to icy rain by the evening, so we'll see if that actually happens. It's not freezing yet, I know, because the pool thing didn't turn on yet, so we're still above freezing as of right now, so hallelujah, that's how I want to keep it. I didn't get tons of stitching done. I got some, and I thought about a lot of things, and so here we go. We'll start with whips. First is my Simply Winter, and I really had contemplated taking the snow out, picking out the snow that I'd done, and changing this into a birth sampler for Catch, because I have not done one yet. It's Simply Winter by Drawn Thread. I haven't done him one. But the one that is spring, because his birthday is April 25th, the spring one doesn't look quite as boy-y as this one. So I really like the cabin and all that. But after looking at it, I had it out several times this week, just looking at it, I decided I didn't want to try to pick out my snow that I'd done. So all I did was decide to go ahead and start my letters. But I wanted y'all to see how pretty this blue is on here. This is on a 32 count golden needle from Floss and Fabric from Jerry Lynn. But I love the blue letters. I really wish I'd have written winter in blue, but I didn't, so it's okay. Is it even in the screen? There we go. But I love these. Y'all know I love all the Drawn Threads. They just work for me. I just think they're fabulous. So that one didn't get much love, but I did decide to leave it. I did decide that if I took the white out here and added green, I didn't know if I would like the shape of the trees. So I think I'll just stitch him another one. And put Sterling down here, and then put Catch Allen, and then his date and weight and length on there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for him. I have looked and and tried to find something. You know, his room isn't, it's not real baby-y. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess I'd call it kind of Southwest chic, kind of boho chic. It's kind of, it's not over decorated, it's simple. And so it's not, you know, little elephants, or it doesn't have like a baby theme like that. And then also when I think about the girls that I did for them, Aria's, her room was a nautical theme. So it is nautical. And so it's something you can leave out on a shelf. Like Micah could leave it out forever and it'd be fine. But Kimi's, I just did a bunch of little different baby motifs in a grid pattern, and it is busy as I'll get out. I think I was just so excited. And I just stitched and it's just, I mean, it's over the top insane. So after that, looking back, I will try in the future to do them more where like the mom can always just kind of have it setting somewhere to remind her. I should do them for my own kids because that's something you like to remember. That's something I like to remember. Yesterday was Keely's 30th birthday. So the baby turned 30. I can't believe it, but like I said, he will always be my last baby. So there you go. I did get this switched out in here. I started redecorating the house with the spring. This is Easter Parade. These are two blackbirds. This one is a blackbird and this one is a Blackbird Designs. And I want to say they're out of the Easter Parade book. Not sure about that. That is the Lottie Da Rabbit. He is so cute. I love him. This I am at a loss for. I cannot remember. I love this and I cannot remember who this is by. So y'all forgive me. I know it's on on one of the Flosstubes from spring last year. And then all these are my Jelly Bean Jubilee guys here and here. And then this, and I bet Teresa has it on her website now. It was in the winter or spring punch needle and primitive stitcher last year. So this is a Teresa Kogut here, and it is so cute. And it is, I think, the first thing I stitched during Coronatine. So it's, I guess, the spring before last, because I've got Coronatine 2020. But I love that one too. So, oh look, I just fell out of there. Yikes. But those are all fun little fabulous stitches that I enjoyed, and they are all just hanging out around here. And like I said, I've got Little House Needleworks spring in there, and I've got out my Welcome spring, this by the Drawn Thread, and a couple other things, but I haven't finished switching everything out yet. I've got everything pulled down, but I haven't got it all put up. So, but I am progressing. Now, let's see who we look at next. Let's just go through. This is the Jane Bell. Let me pull out her cover sheet here. She is by Just Stitching Along also. She is available on her Etsy. Just Stitching Along, the Jane Bell sampler. She is beautiful. And I had thought at first I would stitch her for Grandma Vic and give her to Jana. But I think I'm going to change her up. And she does have a little bit of over one. These birds are over one, which y'all know I love me some over one. The little birds here are over one. You could not, if you don't do over one or you want to stitch on 80, you could not do the birds and just do 2 more flowers, okay? So this is not, just because you're an 8 stitcher doesn't mean this is a no-go, because you have the 2 birds up here. Can I see my finger through the paper? These 2 guys are over 2, so they'll work on Ada just fine. But I had said that I thought I would change out and do Ukraine or Pray for Ukraine or something like this here in the center. And I talked about that week before last before I got sick. And our Too Much Charles, we talked about it that day when I was on here, we talked about it. He made a very, very generous donation to the International Relief Fund to go to the Ukraine. And so this is how far I've got on it so far. And these are the colors. I just pulled my own colors because y'all know me. And y'all are always sending me all these fabulous little things that I get to use. These are, what do I have here? DMC 316, a classic Colorworks Old Money. I'm not sure I'll use it. It kind of blends in on the fabric. But then I have Wicked Stepmother, Why Me Lord, which Old Blue Jeans is called for. Old Money and Old Blue Jeans are called for. But I'm going to use Why Me Lord by Wicked Stepmother, Green Acres by Wicked Stepmother, Oh Christmas Tree by Wicked Stepmother, and Figgy Pudding. And also I talked to Frankie, and she has Falling Leaves back in the shop. So she dyed a batch of Falling Leaves. I stitched it on my North Wind, which I forgot to grab because I didn't work on him this week. But anyway, these are, so Frankie has Falling Leaves back in the shop. So anybody wanting those, because it is beautiful. If you watch Flosstube 114, you can see that leaf. That they make the most beautiful leaves I've ever seen. But Charles made an incredibly generous donation to the International Relief Fund for the Ukraine. So I'm going to finish this up and send this to Charles because I was so touched by his incredibly generous gift. So I'll be finishing this up, and it will say Ukraine, or pray for Ukraine, or Ukraine strong, or something. I'll put something on here about that. I may do pray for in Ukraine here and put the little over one birds on either end. Remember, the designers love for you to use their patterns, and they don't mind if you switch them up. They just want you to use them and make them your own. That's how art works. And if you think this isn't art, you're wrong. This is a creative process. It's a beautiful thing. Needlework is universal. I go to Mexico, I've gone to Jamaica, everywhere I go, and when I see people's, I look for people's needlework and textiles, and I'm so impressed and touched at the incredible, beautiful things people can make. And you don't need words to understand that language, that people create things for each other. And I love that. So the little birds here, I love over one. Some people don't like over one, or if you're an Ada stitcher, over one does get tricky. I used to stitch over one on Ada some, but it doesn't always look super precise. So I may put pray for or pray for, and then put Ukraine here and put the little over one birds on the end. And it has, like I said, I changed up the color scheme, but Krista, she gives a fabulous story about it, about the little girl who did this, what she could find out about her, the lady, and it is fabulous. So I'm really enjoying stitching this one. I love the colors. It's just on a piece of 32 count natural linen, and I just think it's fabulous. So buy some Ukraine designs. That money, I don't know, I shared it. It was in Teresa's story, so I shared it because she had it written out really well. But that the money, when you buy off Etsy from a Ukrainian designer, it will still go into their PayPal account. So that is money they can still access to, at least, you know, do online things. If they can get to a bank, they can get money out or whatever. But even if they can't get to it now, it's sitting there. That money will be sitting there waiting for them, and they'll need it. Y'all, I'm devastated. I'm devastated looking at it, seeing what's happening to them. It's heartbreaking. I can't imagine. And they're just fighting on, and some of them are staying and some of them are going. If you haven't seen the story of the ballerinas and the ballet stars, male and female, who have, since, of course, there's no ballet, no Ukrainian ballet going on right now, they've taken up arms. It's just incredible. Their president is just fighting on. So if you want to think about a story of incredibly strong people and people just fighting for what they believe and what they want and the life they want for themselves and their families, I think that's really something to be honored. I read, and this is kind of a hard read, and a lot of people may not like it. It's called Cast, C-A-T-E. And I'd reached out to Hannah and asked her if she had read anything she could recommend when we were talking about the attacks on the Asian community. And she said that she had read that. It was a hard read because it's just hard to read. And y'all it calls out past leaders of numerous countries, not just this one, and how basically anytime we think we're better than another people group, we've entered into no man's land. That when we get to that point, that's when you know you're in a place you should not be in. And it was a really, like I say, it was a hard read, but it was a really good read. And I think something probably everybody needs to read, but it was not an easy, joyous read. Like what am I listening to right now? This week, my light reading that I listen to, like when I'm walking or whatever, it's called something goofy, like Brownies and Broomsticks or something. I mean, and it's just a cute little story about a girl who finds out she's a familial witch. She comes from a family of hedge witches, and they solve a mystery, and they have good recipes in it. And as y'all know, I love me a recipe. So that one has been just super fun and light, but that's not always what we need to hear. Sometimes we need some light stuff, but sometimes we need something to make us think about how we do. This guy got just a very few more stitches, but he is so cute. He's Spookhouse Selfies. He just got, I think, just a few more on here, but he's just going a little bit at a time. He is on Aida, so I always like to show him too because he is an Aida stitch, and I stitch on what you can see and what you like. I am no cloth snob. I mean, there are things that there's no way I don't think I could see, and I don't think it would be enjoyable trying to see something that I couldn't. So, but it's from Just Another Button Company, and if you order the button pack, they send the little chart. This comes with a button pack, and it's so cute. And I'm just doing a little bit, I mean, literally maybe just a run of floss through there every week, and it just adds up. It just adds up. And so by Halloween, I think all my Halloween stitches will be done. So that's pretty fun because I do like to stitch seasonally. So what I kind of have started doing over the last couple of years is starting things in season. And then what I don't finish, I just stitch a little bit on one of them every week. And then by the time it gets back to the next season, usually it's all stitched up. And then that's good. And one of y'all had asked about this. This is, I brought the boxes over here because I know my accent, according to my things I try to talk to in this house. You don't understand me all the times. It is a peppermint tea bag, a chamomile tea bag. I put a little bit of honey in mine, and then I was out of lemons, so I just had some a cutie orange I put down in here. And then if I have ginger, as you can see, I don't have any, I'm out of ginger. So I just slice or two of ginger in there also, and it will help open your head up so much. Bebe got me this thing for my birthday, year before last, but it's like glass insulated, and so it's fabulous. So I'll just pour some more hot water over this in a little bit and kind of just keep sipping on it. But that is what we call Buffy tea around here. That is Buffy's recipe. So it is a chamomile tea bag, a peppermint tea bag, a lemon, orange, whatever you have, some honey and ginger, and then just pour hot water on there. And the peppermint will help open your head up. It's amazing. It will also help settle your tummy from all the drainage, makes your tummy unhappy. So, and then y'all ask about the cold tea. When I make my cold tea, and here, I'm just gonna hold this up. You also can see that this is Andrew's eggnog recipe. This is the book. Everything in here is fabulous. It's the Dove's Nest restaurant. It's a restaurant in Waxahachie on the square. It's a beautiful restaurant and shop. And Andrew is a very nice guy. But here is that gonna show up? Can y'all see that? His orange spice tea. Maybe you can stop it right there and look at it for a minute. I'm also fixing to read it. But it is 6 cups of water, a tea bag of orange pico tea, 2 tea bags of Constant Comment, and then just some fresh orange juice. So you just boil you 4 cups of water, and then add the tea bags and steep them for 5 or 10 minutes. Stir in the other 2 cups of water, splash of orange juice, and then you can also put orange slices in it. I put a splash of orange juice in mine because I usually don't have orange slices unless I have cuties, and those are for the girls. So I better not be wasting no orange slices to make my tea look good. But they're gone off. They left this morning at 4. Oh Lord, that ribbon was blowing on that wreath. I thought somebody was at my front door. They left this morning at 4 o'clock, headed out to Gulf Shores. They are going for Justin's youngest brother's baby shower. So the girls are super excited because, you know, they love to get them a new baby cousin. I don't know. Justin's family and our family is about the same about a baby. There ain't nothing more exciting than a baby. So they are headed out there, and they got them up early and got their pajamas on them so they wouldn't freeze in the car. They had to put on, you know, long pajamas so they won't freeze. But Justin got the air conditioning going, but they are on the road. I guess that was thunder, y'all. Or else the jet just landed on my roof. I'm not sure which. We're gonna go for thunder. But they are super excited. So they're on spring break next week. So they'll be having all the fun out there with their family, and then the family will come back, and then Mike and Justin are staying longer, but they're crazy excited. But I worked on my Easter house trio here. This is by Wax and Moon. I'm doing them in a row again. One of y'all wrote that y'all were doing them in a row because you had limited wall space, so you were doing them in a row up and down. Another great option if you have limited wall space. You can make a drum, you can go up and down instead of having 3 separate ones. You can also, I don't have it over here, that little metal box I have, you could put one on each side of them because I have little magnets on the back of them. But I have just pulled a ton of colors. These are these all the DMCs? And then I've got these are all the DMCs, and then I pulled a couple of A Wicked Stepmothers to switch out in there. And I've taken some off the bobbin that I've had on my bobbin. So you see they're all kind of kinky, but they're fine. They work just the same. The colors are super crazy fun. But I've nearly finished this square here. And so this week I'll be moving over into the other house. So this week I got this bunny done and I worked on this right here. And I think I did one more of these. But it's gonna be so cute. I love that purple. This purple here is DMC 333. And I just love it. I do love Easter. It used to be my favorite holiday. Then Halloween got to be my favorite holiday. Halloween is just like a no pressure holiday, right? There's no pressure at Halloween. At Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter, you know, you got the get-togethers, and you got to feed everybody, and you know, you have all these things, and so you got to try to find a time when everybody can be here, and you know, so it's just like pressure. When you're a kid, it's not. When you were a kid, you know, all holidays are fabulous. You don't do nothing but show up. Not so much when you get grown. And then I will show, this is, I won't show it, but I will show my fabric. This is my model stitch that I'm doing for Frankie. A little over halfway. So I will show you the threads and the fabric again. So this is 28 count. This is her 28 count Yellow Moon Monaco. That right there is about the right, that's about the right color right there. It's a little bit or right. See, no, that turns it blue. I'm gonna guess about right here is about right. And then these are the adorable colors. Look at that. How cute is that? Love it. And I'm having a lot of fun stitching it after I found my mistake and got it fixed. Now we're moving right on along. I was just crushed that it took me so long to find my boo-boo. Oh, Lord. Let me see. I don't know if I worked on anything else as far as, I think I did work on something else, but I don't see it over here. I did some framing this week on the cover photo. So I will show it, and because I want to show you what I did wrong and what I need to change, okay? And I think that's all my stitching right there. This was my Miss Margaret Ann Rollo. And I told you when I got it and thought and saw it, I wanted to stitch it for Annie, because our Annie is Margaret Ann. She was Margaret Ann Findley, and then she married Daddy, and so she's Margaret Ann Ledbetter. And when Daddy will say Margaret Ann, holler from the other room, like, oh Lordy. So when I saw her, I instantly thought of Annie, so I was gonna just stitch her for Annie. And the other thing is, she gives the story here on the back of Miss Margaret Ann Rollo, Krista does. And it says she was one of 9 kids. And my Annie, she's one of 9 kids. I mean, it's just so strange. So Annie said, let me quantify what I'm headed at here. I had stitched it, and my parents had been together for a long time before they were married. I have had Annie since I was, I guess, 16 years old. We've had Annie a long, long time. And they, how long have they been married? They had their anniversary the other day on the 6th. Anyway, I can't remember how many years it is, but they've been together many more years than what their anniversary shows. So I didn't want to just put their anniversary on here. And I kept going back and forth about just asking her before, but I didn't really want to show it to her before it was finished. And I thought about calling my Aunt Becky and asking her what she thought, or Aunt Judy, or all of them, and taking a vote. And finally I said, okay, when I got it to this finished point, I said, okay, now look here. Lord, if you want me to ask her, she'll show up before I frame it. Okay? I was going to frame it yesterday afternoon. Yesterday before lunch, she calls me and says, hey, I'm coming by your house. Are you home? So I thought, well, there you go, Lord. I said, well, I'm out walking, but I'll be back in a minute. So she came on by. I showed it to her. She loved it. She didn't want anything changed on it. So, but what I want to show you for is I ordered this frame offline. I thought it was very much more brown gray, dark brown gray. It is a light, it has brown in it. It is a brown gray, but it is a light brown gray, and it looks nasty with this. I do not like it at all. So there will be, that is the danger of framing, not just framing yourself, but framing, trying to order a frame without being able to lay it right on it. Because this straw, this is 28 count straw by Weeks fabric, and it looks horrible with this frame. I do not like it one bit. So I'll be getting a different frame to put on here because I love, I framed it myself. I centered it and all, measured. I have to measure everything 1,000 times because it's hard for me. But she didn't want anything on here. She wanted it just like this. But she said, so I was going to pass this on after I stitched the 2 little ones, but I guess I won't because Annie said, can you put that on the back with that? So this has to be put on the back here. So Annie wants this with it because she found that fascinating too. So, oh, my house shoe just fell off, y'all. Now my foot will be freezing. Hold on, I got to find my house shoe down here. Because I just got out of the bike this morning, stuck my feet in my house shoes. So she loved it and loved that they had so many similarities. So she wants this on the back part here. So, but she loved it, and I was glad she loved it. She got all touched and everything, and it was, she wanted it just like it was. So I won't be changing anything on it except the frame. So remember that when you order offline, I did it while the weather was nasty a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to just get the frame and get it done. but it just, no. And I could just paint it or something, but I'll probably just go try to find another frame and use this for something else. But I do love it. It is, I'll hold it up here. This is Miss Margaret Ann Rollo by Just Stitching Along. The PDF is available. I know a couple of y'all have started stitching her. She is a beauty. She's not too big, and she's just a gorgeous stitch. Krista did a beautiful job fixing her up. So I really enjoyed her so much. Oh, and I changed my bird to a red bird. That was the other thing. There's a little white bird right there, and I changed mine to a red bird. So, but that was fun. And then my other framing is you. Oh Lord, here it is buried. I'm like, my gosh, what did I do with it? I measured this one and ordered the frame for Jessie Watson. This is my Jessie Watson. She is the Stitch Along with Barbara the Raspberry Stitcher for autism awareness. I wanted to, definitely wanted to jump on and stitch this. I think we need to talk about mental health issues. I think we need to talk about neuroatypical issues. And that's really what autism is. It's just a neuroatypical position. Things just process a little different. And that's fine. And it's not, it's fine. You just think about things a little different. Things affect a little different. And you know what? They do all of us in different ways. And so we need to not act like that's the end of the end. But I just kind of got this stuck on here so you can see. Here she is. And this is just, I just stuck her on the mat board that came with this frame. And I measured her. George's out there showing out. I measured her and thought that I should have ordered a 10 by 12. Because as you can see, here's the bottom edge here. And here's the top edge here. So the overlap of my frame, in my brain, I guess I was thinking 10 by 12 and I ordered a 9 by 12. So a 10 by 12 will be perfect. So I have this frame that I liked, just a plain frame, because I wanted to do them just plain frames on my family wall. But she won't fit. So make double sure that you measure, and count again. It won't hurt anything. I didn't cut anything or anything, but it won't fit without covering up my top and my bottom. So I have to get a 10 by 12 instead of a 9 by 12. But you can kind of see that's just going to be the plain brown edge. And that's what I'm going to do on all of them, is just a plain brown edge. Krista has one that I saw, and I can't think of the name of it, on her website, Just Stitching Along, that is about the same size. And I'm going to stitch it for Granny. So Granny would be my daddy's grandma. Like I said, I wanted to stitch a piece for each of my great grannies because I was lucky enough to know 3 of my great grannies, and great grandpas I knew too. So that's pretty special. I mean, I know that doesn't happen a lot. Try not to spill tea on myself while we're filming here. That'll be, or on anything else as far as that goes. I can remove Jessie over there. That we did tea already, okay. And then I did get a little bit of Happy Meal this week. Oh, and last week, remember I could find my envelopes, but I couldn't find my cards from, who was it, from Patty and, oh my gosh, see if I can get my brain going. I can see the card. Aria took them and had already taken them and was using them on other projects. I found them. She loves to, oh, and I forgot to get, I was gonna get the iPad to show you. I'll be laughing about her. And Julie sent me this beautiful card with a note in here, and she sent the girls tattoos, St. Patrick's Day tattoos. And so Aria opened it first, as you can see. Well, she said, "Sugar, can I open this one?" And I said, "Sure." She just rips into things wholeheartedly. Well, she was so excited about those tattoos. And she said, "Sugar, can I go put them on?" And I said, do you remember how to do it? And she said, yeah. And I said, okay. So I was in the kitchen and she comes back. Y'all, she has Post Maloned it. She has tattoo here, tattoo here, tattoo here, tattoo here. And I'm dying because they're a pot of gold and a rainbow. And I mean, something else. And of course we were going to the nail salon that afternoon and meeting Jen and Lily there, and there is Ari sitting over there just Post Maloning it up, man. I was like, oh my gosh. So she had lots of fun with her tattoos, and they left here with the rest of them, Julie, to go home and put on the beach. But their mom informed them there would be no more face tattoos at the family birthday, at the family baby shower, because she said, we're going to have to take pictures. So many of us will be together. So no face tattoos till after the baby shower's over with. So you can take, and if your kids get in those, if they get tattoos on them and you want to take them off, if you take some olive oil or coconut oil and rub them, then you can choose a baby wipe or a wash rag, warm wash rag, and that'll help break them down faster. Coconut oil or olive oil, either one. So if they Post Malone it up too, and you have somewhere to go that you maybe don't want them rock and post, then you can take those off. But she is a hoot, y'all. She is a hot mess. And then this beautiful card from Holly, and it is, I swear, did you tell me you made this? Because I think you made this. You don't tell me you made this, but this is a beautiful handmade card. Somebody made this beautiful card. So I'm assuming Holly made it because she says she has all kinds of hobbies. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And she is on Instagram, Hobbies of Holly. Hobbies of Holly. So it is beautiful on the inside. Here, I'll show it so y'all can go find her on Instagram. Right there. But look how beautiful that card is. So thank you, Holly. I appreciate that so much. I love getting cards, and the girls, of course, get super excited when we get cards. We also had questions and comments from last time, but okay, Kia is laughing at me. Y'all know Kia B. If y'all don't watch Kia B, you should watch Kia B. She did the mystery quilt from Cotton Cuts. If I can show this there. Cotton Cuts. And, oh, here. Duh. I can show you the huge on that side. And so she said, yes, it was beginner friendly, you know, and she said she, you know, and she always is very good about showing how to do things. So she messaged me and said, hey, have you opened? I said, so I've opened it. This is our unboxing video here. Because I said, no, it's staring at me. I'm afraid to open it. She said, you're so crazy. Just open it up. And, oh, so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this fabric. I chose the Christmas fabric one, and it comes already cut. So I'm hoping, because I got a little, and I haven't ever put it on, it's in there in the cabinet, but a little guide so that you always have a 1/4 inch seam, right? And then it comes with all these fabulous things and the pattern on here to put it all together. This says it's my Oops kit, which I did offer a thing for Oops kit, which I bought because I figured if anybody would have Oops, it'd be me. But y'all, I'm so excited about this because I've always wanted to learn. You know, y'all know my granny made that one, and my mama quilted it for me. Oh, and it has a little planner in here. What else is in here? Oh, a beautiful magnet, which I always think about James's brother when they were little, and back when, you know, you had tube TVs, took a magnet and stuck it on their TV, and then, you know, they had that black spot on their TV. Whatever. Y'all remember that? How a magnet would measure? I don't know if it still will or not, but if there are any kids listening, please don't put no magnets on the TV, just in case. Just in case. And there's some beautiful pins in here that say Cotton Cuts on there. Like I said, I was very excited because precision is not, I'm more like a broad stroke painter, okay? So the cutting out really scared me. Oh, and this is for to make a little mug rug. How cute is that? But see, all my little pieces, I'm gonna try to hold them up here so you can see, are cut out already, see? So I'm hoping that this will make it where I can do this. Kia told me she has done a step-by-step. So that's gonna be my afternoon, watching the video and trying to get brave. The girls aren't here next week, so I'm going to try to get this done. So I'm super excited about it, and I have the next month thing is already here. I may do a little short opening it. Because here's the next one. Yeah, she was like, she said, oh my gosh. I said, no, seriously, it's sitting here staring at me. It's been looking at me on the table like this. Just staring at me. Staring at me like Patty do. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't look at me like that. Oh, so I'm super excited about getting to do that. And we had tons of questions and comments, so I'm gonna jump on in here. Oh, and several of y'all had asked if, and I never even thought after y'all said it, that sometimes COVID is, people have stomach instead of all the cough and congestion. So I guess it could have been, and of course I had the test now up here in the cabinet, but do you think I thought to use it? No. But we had it here, and then I was gonna have, Dusk was gonna come stay with me one day while Shadow had a lot of clients there, and Daddy and Annie, all of them are leaving for Mexico today. And so she is a hairdresser. She was trying to get all her clients done and everything. Well, then the stomach bug hit them. So I was supposed to have him, and then she texted that morning and said, Tia, we're sick. We're so sick. And I said, do you need anything? Do you need me to come get the boys? She said, no, we're fine, but we're sick. So it got them, it got Keely. He's still stomach a little iffy, but I don't know. It was rough though. It was something else, but I never thought about it until y'all said that it could be COVID, because I just don't think, I guess. And Maxwell Studio 19, she's a Texas girl living in Florida. The kids are headed out your way. I will be surprised. I guess they probably won't go to Disney. Won't go into Disney because it'll be so crowded because of spring break. But it is hard for Micah and Justin to be that close to Disney and not go. They are the Disney king and queen. I think Kimi's been 17 times. And, you know, she's 7, so she'll be 7 on her birthday. So, Sherry, I don't think Patty Penn, did it get over here? No, it did not, but she also made this one. Sherry was asking about the little, my Easter bag that Patty Penn made me, and I see it over there by my chair. I had my Easter house trio in it, and then I left it over there. She also made this one. I don't think she makes them to sell. Patty Penn, if you're on here and you want to sell them, it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Patty always picks out the cutest fabrics and puts the cutest things together. And my little Easter house trio looks so happy in there. But she doesn't have like an Etsy or a shop or anything. She just makes them because she's the sweetest person ever. And she is not super outgoing or anything. So if we ever get to a conference together, to a convention, we're just going to sit at the same table together, and that'll take the pressure off Patty, and that'll give me twice as much time to talk, because see, Patty won't be trying to say nothing. So we're just going to join each other at the hip and be happy together forever. Because I am a talker. I talk and talk and talk. And I had one friend, and when we would be together, people would be like, oh my gosh, the two of y'all, it's like never stops, because he's also a talker. And so it would just bam, 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 bam. We would just go back and forth, because I talk entirely too much. Dawn, welcome. She says she's a new stitcher, and she's just finding all kinds of new flosses and everything. So welcome to the world of stitchers. They're the nicest people in the world. You'll never find nicer people than stitchers. Anita said they were headed out to Pike's Market. our Hannah and Mochi took us to Pike's Place Market in Seattle when we were out there, and it was so incredible. All the fish and everywhere the fish. But then my thing was the flowers. The flowers in the flower park were so beautiful. So beautiful. It was amazing. So I bet that was a fun day. Linda is working on her Jelly Bean Jubilee. Like I said, this is my Jelly Bean Jubilee behind me and right there. They are the cutest pieces. Let me see here. There's that one. And you can see how they look on different fabrics because I used different fabrics that I had. That one. This guy. And see, he has a little gel on him because I had charms. But y'all sent me extra charms now. And I'll go back and put the other charms on here. But that one's not. These two are. So I have extra 2021 charms now. So I can go back and put them on. So those were some stitches for last year's Easter. And I loved them. I love stitching Jelly Bean Jubilee. And I got actually every piece stitched. I loved it so much. I stitched every stinking piece because it is the cutest thing. It's by With a Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, Jelly Bean Jubilee. And it is precious and it's still widely available. Dawn Canton is fascinating. I love it. I can get freaked out though. If you go in the buildings, in some of the buildings, there's so many people in there. I am not a crowd person. If I'm outside and there's a million people, I'm fine. If I get inside and there's a million people, yeah, I'm not so fine. So, those places, man, they got so many people. So I love the outside parts best, but you could spend a lifetime going through all the stuff you can't and never get done. And Lenore, congratulations on retiring after 50 years of nursing. So thank you so much for taking care of all the people all the time. And I hope you're having lots of fun already. Rhonda, okay, sweet tea, how to make sweet tea. Now that's a loaded question. If you want to make just regular sweet tea, you would use like a family size tea bag and I don't know, just a kettle of water, how much ever your tea kettle of water holds. And you pour it over your regular tea bag, plain tea bag. And then let it steep for 10 minutes or however strong you like your tea. And then, then you pour it into your pitcher and then you pour in your sugar while it's still warm. Don't add your extra water yet, okay? So pour your sugar and then, some people put as much as a cup of sugar in a pitcher of tea. So it just depends on how sweet you like it. I would say start with a quarter and go up to about a half. I don't like mine like saccharin, but whatever floats your boat. Since James Williams got the sugars, I keep sugar for bacon, but I don't ever put it in anything, even though he never drinks tea. I use 9 packets of stevia in each one. So it tastes like sweet tea, but it's not going to help you if you're sick. So, but yeah, if you want to make, and then you just leave it on the counter for the day. You cannot leave out sweet tea beyond that because that sugar will grow bacteria and you will get real sick, okay? So, but it's just to sip on while you're sick that day and that's it, okay? So don't drink tea that you've left out on the counter overnight or anything because you can get super sick. Now, some of y'all, it's not like so hot there. Maybe it wouldn't, but down here, your tea will sour and you will get sick. Oh my Lord. You ain't been sick till you've been sick on sweet tea. So anywhere from a quarter of a cup to a cup of just plain white sugar. So stir it in while the tea is, still kind of warm, and then add your water to top off your pitcher like that. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. Rhonda, I hope that didn't make it too crazy. And Michelle Ellie, congrats on your baby and his wrestling. I loved to go and watch Keely wrestling. That was one of my favorite things. He was, he won state in his little division thing. But in high school, the coaches wanted them to wrestle all summer. And he liked working. He liked working on the farm for Ray. And so he told the coach, he said, I can wrestle in school, but I can't be here in the summer. I work. And he said, well, you have to choose. And he said, well, okay, you just made my choice for me. So enjoy it while you can. I loved watching him wrestle. It was so fun. Oh, Cindy, hugs to your husband for sending you through school bartending. I think sometimes we're so busy wanting to choke out the men in our lives, we forget to give them the kudos when they deserve it. So that was fabulous of him. So give him a hug for being fabulous and supportive and working as bartender to put you through school. So I loved that. So tell him thank you. And Elizabeth, we talked about the constant comment in the Buffy tea. Okay, Gretchen, the Wendy, her Prairie Schooler tree. I put a link on your comment. I hope it works, but if not, she has a Facebook group. It's Project Bags by Atlanta, like Georgia, Atlanta Stitcher. One word, Atlanta Stitcher, like this, okay? And if you go on there, about 4 down, she has a little video. And y'all, that tree is stunning. If you have not seen it, go look at it because it's gorgeous. Wendy's tree is just gorgeous. And her bags are, do I have one of them over here? Of course not. I didn't grab, last week I had all my bags over here. This week I have no bags over here. Go me. She makes beautiful bags. She doesn't do it all the time now that, you know, we're back doing things and all. She can't make them all the time. But she does from time to time and make beautiful quilted project bags that are just amazing. So, but I put you a link on your comment and I hope it works. It should take you right to it. If not, you can go to her Facebook group and find it down like that way. I hope that helps. Okay, and oh my gosh, Charles, what did I write here? Okay, several things from Charles. He says he is a chicken stick guy too. Y'all know I love me a chicken stick, which is actually chick-o-stick. But who would say that? Chick-o-stick, right? So it's a chicken stick around here. You got, it's candy, right? It's candy. It's like the inside of a Butterfinger. It's a circle, like a cylinder, and the inside of a Butterfinger, and then it has tiny toasted coconut around the outside of it. It's so good. But he says chop it up and put it in vanilla ice cream. So guess who's going to go get them a chicken stick this weekend and try that? Because Charles, that sounds amazing. Because I love both. He says that he laughed about my room temperature tea. He said miso soup. I've never had miso soup. Here at Asian food places, I see sweet and sour soup, which don't sound good, and then egg drop soup, which sounds worse. And I can see those eggs floating in it, and no, I can't. So I've never had miso soup anywhere, but I'm going to trust you on that. He says it'll make you, if you're sick, that it'll make you feel so much better. And it will actually just like knock out the flu or anything. So if any of y'all have access to it, give it a go. A lot of y'all also recommended the brat diet when you're sick. You know, it's, what is it? Bananas, rice, applesauce, and is tea the other one? Tea may be the other one. Then of course ginger ale. You know, ginger ale is always good if you're not feeling great. But oh my gosh. And okay, Charles, this made me think about something Micah had sent me, and I don't know the lady's name, but she has some videos, okay? And I see this woman on this video, and she looks like, I don't know, she's probably, I don't know, 27 or something, I'm guessing. And then it flashes to this woman who looks like her mama, like with no makeup on, right? And then she goes on to show you that's her. But she has all these pieces of tape that she puts on under her makeup to be pulling her up like this and pulling her up like this and pulling her up like this. Which, I mean, yeah, you know, I'm joking all the time about I want to just get a piece of duct tape and stick right back there on the back of my neck like that. But she actually, and you can buy it like on Amazon or something, these pieces of tape. And she has it on here, like here, it's like a big thing. It's like this. And it's like, holy mackerel. And what made me think of, Charles said his nieces were there and her mom came downstairs without her makeup on, and the kid said, "What's wrong with your face?" Kids, they will say anything. But when you said that, it made me think about those videos Mike sent, and I was like, Lord have mercy. Literally, it looks like a girl and her mama been rode hard and put up wet. Girl not. Mama been rode hard and put up wet. And it's the same person, but with all these tapes and makeups and stuff. It's crazy. It is nuts. But that made me think about that, and I was just stunned. A lot of y'all said that the Roots Tech is a really good site and a really good online community, like Roots, like finding your roots, Roots Tech, T-E-C-H. Several of y'all said y'all used it and y'all liked it. Robin, this is a beautiful idea, and I'm sitting here I've been thinking about this. Like she said, it would be a beautiful thing, like a round robin, like everybody stitched a little bit of something, and then it would go to the next person and stitch, and go to the next person and stitch, and got me thinking, what if like a bunch of people just stitched a little something, and we found a way to join them together, and then we could, auction off the quilter, I don't know, whatever people do, auction it off or something to raise funds for the Ukrainian Relief Fund. So, Robin, think about that, because, when you mail things from place to place, that takes time. But if we all just stitch something and then found somebody or a way to stitch them all together and make them into a little quilt or a wall hanging or a something. Think about that. Y'all think about that and let me know what your thoughts on that are. Because Robin, I think that's a genius idea. And Granny Stitcher, yes, that little song, little rhyme when you're a little kid. Be careful what you say. What is it? Be careful what you say, little tongue. The Father's looking down from above, so be careful what you say, little tongue. Yes, because words can hurt. We were talking about words, and you can always use the best words because they're free. But so many times we don't, in anger and frustration, we use the worst words. And the thing about words is, the best way anybody ever explained it to me is words are like a nail, okay? And the person's emotional being, their soul, if you will, is like a piece of wood. If you've ever driven a nail into a piece of wood and then pulled the nail out, it comes out. But it boogers up the wood. There's a hole there, and there's also a little lip up, a little rough place, if you will. And every time a hard, mean, harsh, unkind word, negative word is hammered into a person, even if you say sorry and pull it out, there's still damage. The wood is damaged. The person's soul is damaged by those words, those hard words. And so, yes, the tongue is undoubtedly the strongest part of your body because it can absolutely do the most good or do the most damage. There is no doubt in that. And Karen, yes, commenting is hard. Like because I watch on TV too, and then I have to remember to grab my phone and make a comment right then, because if I don't, which usually happens, then somebody comes in or somebody shows up or somebody calls and I forget to go back in and make my comment. So I'm feeling you on that 100%. Okay, and Mariana, gosh, my writing, y'all. She stitched her anniversary on the heart on 28 count, and she said she would definitely do it on 36 count if she had it do over again because it's so large on her 28. It's beautiful, she said, but she would definitely use the 36, so thank you for that. Okay, Kathy. Now, Kathy walks her dog, and now, I know when y'all live up north, it's a whole different world. She said it was 13 degrees, and she walked her dog for an hour. Every day, she walks her dog for an hour in 13 degrees. Now, y'all, when it is 100 here, or 110, even 110, I will go do my walk. I'll, do work in the yard, whatever. But I can't take the cold. It just eats me up. It hurts. It hurts. The hot does not hurt. The hot makes you stinky because I have something wrong with me. And when I get sweaty, my head, it smells like a wet dog. I've told y'all that before. I don't know what it is, but that Micah got it too from me. It's horrible. I don't smell like stinky armpits or anything. My head smells like a wet dog. It's so gross. But I can go out in the heat and be fine, but I am thinking you should have a parade. If you, Kathy, you getting a parade here, because holy moly, 13 degrees, I ain't got it in me. And Jenny, yes, kindness is free. That is the one thing we can all teach our kids. Kindness is free, and so please don't be stingy with it. Glee, not sleeping is rough. When you are not sleeping, man, I mean, try some melatonin, try some, depending on what state you live in, some, you know, or how, some hemp gummies, melatonin, magnesium. I have been doing pretty good lately. I did have to take Doxepin for a while. I will still occasionally have to take one for not sleeping, but estrogen, when your estrogen leaves, it affects your sleep. But you gotta sleep, so get some rest, Glee, however it has to happen. Sherry, I hope you're feeling better. I'm gonna use this moment for my little public service announcement about diabetes. If you have diabetes, your doctor should check your feet every time you go in. You should keep an eye on your feet, absolutely 100%, because it is a danger zone. She's having her feet heal, or she's having problems with getting her feet to heal up. I don't know if she is diabetic or not. I can't remember. We've talked about it in the past, but I can't remember which it was, Sherry. But your doctor, if you're diabetic, should be checking your feet every time you go in. You need to be super cautious about your toenails. See a podiatrist or a very reputable manicurist to have your toenails done, because that is, boy, you're getting in a danger zone. Your feet are your danger zone. If you're diabetic, you have to be crazy careful. And Daylene, I just want to say, hey, I love looking at your pictures and seeing what you're up to. She is so grateful, SEW, grateful on Instagram. She's Daylene Wilson, I think, on Instagram. Oh, are you so grateful on there too? She's so grateful on Flosstube on YouTube. But she always has beautiful stitching, beautiful food, and there's always a quilt behind her that is something to dream about. So I don't know if y'all can see in the reflection right there in the mirror, there is two little pieces that are St. Patrick's Day, but I haven't got my little tiered tray redecorated yet. It caught my eye in the corner right there. But we're at an hour here, and I better get going. Okay, and I forgot to grab, I did forget to grab the one, so I'm just gonna announce, I don't have them to hold up and show you, the shares. The Tired Trio with the little Floss, Plum Street Samplers, Tired Trio, goes to Susan Gilmore. Susan Gilmore, my address will be in the drop-down menu, my email address, if you'll let me know your mailing address. Then the Specialty Stitch, the embroiderer, it goes to Daisy Do All the Things. So Daisy Do All the Things, if you'll give me your mailing address. The Bears quilt goes to Loretta Henderson, and I know you will make that for your grandbabies, and it will be beautiful. And then we had the Stitching with the Housewives designs last week that were the shares. It goes to Easter, goes Teresa Petrick. I hope I said that right, Teresa Petrick. And the Valentine's one goes to Karen Pellion. And I forgot to grab anything to share this week. So I tell you what we'll do. Since Miss Margaret Ann Rollo is the thing here, I will get with Krista and I will buy 2 of these and then to send to somebody, okay? So, because these are beautiful and I won't be able to share this one, so it'll just be a PDF. She will email you a PDF. I'll buy them from her and she'll email you the PDF because she doesn't have any more hard copies. Evertotes said they had a few, but they're probably gone now. You can check with Evertotes and see, but Krista has them on her site as a PDF. I'll get with her and we'll do 2 of these. So if you are interested in doing this one, use the word stitching. from Just Stitching Along, because she's Krista she's just stitching along, Krista Gramer. So use the word stitching right there in the center with a G on the end, right there. Use the word stitching, and that will be the share for this week, because I forgot to grab anything else and bring it in here, and I want everybody to see how beautiful that is. So if y'all let me know, be sure to use that word in your comment. And I'm going to jump off here because I'm already over an hour and try to get it uploaded. So y'all have a happy Friday, a good weekend, and if you're like me, hopefully don't freeze, and enjoy your stitching. Bye.